All right, so this is our starting point, and here's where we're going to end up. In this weekend's Quick Takes C70 episode. Welcome to Quick Takes C70 edition. How robust is that internal recording codec in the Canon C70? And I don't mean the all-eye codec. I mean the long GOP version, because that one gives us a lot more recording time. Can we push and pull in post-production as we go through the color correction and color grading process without actually breaking the codec? That is exactly what we're going to be tackling in today's episode. Thank you for checking out the channel. We're building a community of filmmakers, content creators, and professionals at all different levels where we can all share content, knowledge, and information so that we can all level up together. If you're into that type of thing, subscribe. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been putting out a lot of content regarding the Canon C70. And what I'll do is I'll put a card up above so that you guys can check it out in case you missed it. And I want to say thank you, by the way, for taking the time to actually comment and give me feedback. I really appreciate it, and it means a lot. And for all of you who have been smashing that like button, shout out to you, man. Thank you. So in the comments, we have people from a lot of different areas of expertise. Everything from professional colorists, VFX artists, people that work in cinema, and they've all had their different perspectives and takes on what it is that I'm presenting as content, right? Some of them have said, hey, this image looks too flat. Hey, you're saying that you color corrected and color graded that image, but there is so much more that can be done with that image to actually make it pop or do a lot better. And also comments like, that grade would not fly in cinema. And this is the reason and the inspiration behind today's episode. As many of you know, I am not a professional colorist. I am a creative director and director of photography that operates camera as needed. So as I go through this workflow process with you today, understand that my workflow may not be suitable for a VFX workflow or for a professional Hollywood cinema blockbuster type of workflow. But it works for me, and it works for the types of clients and projects that I work on, which include everything from, small business, corporate type work, all the way up to broadcast commercial work for like national broadcast campaigns. So I'm going to speed through my process and show you along the way why it is that I did each of the different things to go from our starting image to our final finished image. And the whole objective here is to give you the opportunity to judge for yourself whether this either type of workflow or these types of corrections and the pushing and pulling is enough for the type of work that you're working on and the types of projects that you need to deliver. And there will be an in-depth video that fills in all the gaps for members. So if you guys are interested, you guys can check it out. So the first clip is straight out of camera. This is how it was captured. This is our starting point. So what I like to do first is apply a LUT that allows me to start working in the color space that I need for delivery. So in this case, it's going to be Rec 709 because it's going up on YouTube. Once I have that adjustment in place, I now like to adjust my white balance and my contrast. And the reason why I do it after the LUT is that it eliminates me having to guess where I'm going to end up. Because the majority of projects that I work on involve people, the next adjustment is all about adjusting and correcting skin tones. Once I'm happy with the skin tones, I now begin to work on color contrast, right? Pulling in the two opposite ends of the color wheel to make my image pop a bit more. And usually when I'm doing this, I end up making another exposure adjustment. As my image starts to come to life, I now need to sort out how to make my talent pop. And I choose to use power windows to add additional depth and separation. And now I need to fine tune some exposure adjustments around her face, and I use face refinement. And at this point, I'm almost done. All I have to do is desaturate the shadows, add some film grain, and voila! We end up with a final, finished, color-corrected and color-graded image that, in my opinion, looks pretty good. So what I was going for is the type of contrast that RED cameras are able to produce in a, nice saturated image with good color contrast in a way that allowed my talent to pop, and in a way that allowed me to move away from more of that commercial muted look. Obviously, you would stylize to whatever it is that your story is calling for or whatever it is that you need for your delivery. So after going through all of this, I feel that the internal recording codec of the Canon C70, the long GOP version, along with the bitrate at which it's capturing, is robust enough to pull and push in post-production without breaking the codec. And now I'm curious, can it actually compete with a raw codec? We'll have to tackle that in a different episode. Until next time, I'm Carlos, and I will catch up with you guys in the comments. Take care.